This is CBC Here and Now.
Shut down or reorganizing. A group that has helped refugees and immigrants for years suspends its services.
They recognize that they could do better, they must do better, and that they shall do better.
The fisheries minister says the company behind millions of dead salmon has apologized and outlines the changes it's making.
Well, it's the weekend a lot of people have been waiting for, the 46th annual Christmas Craft Fair at the Jack Byrne Arena this weekend here in Torbay. I'll have all the details on that, and you're probably in the Christmas spirit, especially on the West Coast with all of that snow today. I'll have all the forecast details coming up.
Thanks, Ashley. We'll check in with you soon, but first, tonight's top story. A nonprofit charity in St. John's is closed amid a cloud of unanswered questions. The Refugee and Immigrant Advisory Council has been helping newcomers to this province for years, but a sign in the door today says it's no longer offering services for now. Here and Now, Cease Hare reports.
The sign down here says the door is closed, no services until further notice, but there's no explanation as to why. So we went looking for one. We reached out to the executive director, Jose Rivera. He started volunteering for the advisory council shortly after arriving as a refugee from Colombia with his wife and 2 children in 2002. Through social media, Rivera did get back to us, saying he would not call this a shutdown, adding that there's a realignment underway, and adding once that's completed, there will be more information. The Advisory Council has been around for decades and was there when Tamil refugees showed up in Newfoundland in the late 80s. Over the years, it has grown from simply advocating for refugee rights to offering services like English education. And now it has a new social enterprise, teaching sewing and tailoring to newcomers, while at the same time helping them develop entrepreneurial skills. Federal funding of $174,000 made that possible. CBC has reached out to members of the Board of Directors of the Advisory Council, board members found online on a federal government website, the Register of Charities. 2 people got back to me and they told me they were not aware they were considered still on that board. They did sit in on meetings in 2016 and were told then they were on the board and hadn't heard anything since that time and assumed over the years they were no longer connected. The federal government agency that regulates charities in Canada is looking into this. Cease Hare, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, there's an apology tonight from the head of the company behind the death of millions of dead farmed salmon. The president of MOE met with the premier and fisheries minister, and Gerry Byrne is also trumpeting new rules for the industry. Peter Cowan reports.
The Minister of Fisheries says last night's meeting with MOE was a success. He came away with an apology from the head of the biggest aquaculture company in the world. In his letter, Alf Elga Orskog says he's sorry for not promptly reporting the death of fish. We did not live up to both your and our own expectations. For this, I personally and sincerely apologize as CEO.
They recognize that they could do better, they must do better, and that they shall do better. They offered a written commitment to the government of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Among the things the company will do to make sure it doesn't have to deal with another incident like the death of these 2.6 million fish, it will make nets deeper so the fish can get away from deadly warm water. It will install aeration systems to increase oxygen, and it will have a better plan to clean up mass die-offs. The province suspended many of the company's licenses, and the minister says he's still waiting for reports before he decides whether to reinstate them. But the minister unveiled more than 30 new regulations that all aquaculture companies must follow. Some were already in the works, others are a response to the recent deaths. For example, right now, the pens at Northern Harvest are 15 meters deep. It wasn't deep enough for the fish to escape warm water. A year from now, all pens will have to be at least 20 meters deep, and the pens will also have to meet strong international standards.
We rank very much head and shoulders above in the Canadian context on so many fronts, and very much so including in the international context.
The death of these salmon represents about a year of salmon production for the company. Byrne is promising help for plant workers who now don't have work.
The provincial government of Newfoundland and Labrador will be providing assistance.
How?
Right now, we have standard programs. We have the Fish Plant Worker Assistance Program.
Moe had said their president would speak to the media, but he came and left without talking to reporters, and the company just stopped responding to requests from CBC. Peter Cowan, CBC News, St. John's.
The NDP and the Conservatives are coming together for a common cause. The opposition parties say Liberal MHA Jerry Byrne must go. The NDP leader says the fisheries minister mishandled the die-off of 2.6 million salmon on the south coast, and she calls his recent conduct in the House harassment, while Ches Crosby is calling Byrne's behavior outlandish.
He's coming unglued, and he needs to be isolated and put into quarantine. The way to do that is for Mr. Ball to put him out of cabinet.
We saw this in this past week. We saw harassment, we saw intimidation, and very unparliamentary behavior, and we are very concerned about that.
Now, Anthony Germain spoke with the opposition leaders earlier today. More of that conversation coming up in about 20 minutes on Here and Now.
From here back, it's mostly engine.
He was once a young trooper in the Canadian Forces. Now he's working hard to make sure people remember the history of the military's armored vehicles. That story is coming up shortly. Family and friends of Regula Shuley are searching for answers tonight. In July of 2016, Shuley was found unresponsive in her burning home. 32-year-old Jonathan Henoch was arrested for her murder. He was in prison awaiting trial when he died in custody earlier this week. While questions swirl around the circumstances of his death, Shuley's family is left with questions of their own. Here Now's Jacob Barker has that story.
Living abroad was like living in the dark for Regula Shuley's family members. They've waited over 3 years for the matter to go to trial to learn what may have happened to their loved one. Now that wait is over.
It's a kind of relief. I'm not happy that he died. Excuse me, I do not wish his death or anything like that. But because we have waited so long, and now finally we don't have to wait more. The trial will never happen again.
Jonathan Henoch, a 33-year-old man accused of killing Regula Shuley, died on Tuesday in what has been reported as a violent altercation with prison guards. Hannes says there's also anger and questions.
We have almost no idea what really happened. And for us, and generally, not only for me, it would have been quite important to know what has happened, what was the motivation of the person who killed her or caused her death. How does this person see this situation now?
And while there will never be the closure of a trial for the family, the hope is more information does come out.
I think it is not only us from the genetic family, but also her cultural family, the people she lived with and she shared her life the last 40 years. They had the right to know more.
It's not only the family that's left asking what it was that led to the death of Regula.
It's a shock, for sure, because you wait and anticipate a court hearing so we can find out more information as to why he did it, what led up to him doing this, but we're not going to find that out now.
Her friends were seeking some sort of closure through the court case as well. Linda Saunders McLean says what she knows of Henoch is that he was a troubled young man, and Shuley was known for helping those in need in the community.
And now the person that she probably helped at one point murdered her, and now he's gone. So I mean, like, really, it's, I guess there is no balance. There is no, it doesn't sit very well for me, because there's no right or wrong with this kind of stuff.
Well, there won't be a trial, but there was evidence put before the court in preliminary hearings. Friends and family of Regula Shuley hope that that becomes public, and that once it does, that it gives them some answers as to just what happened to their loved one. Jacob Barker, CBC News, Happy Valley Goose Bay.
Well, the military is moving into Pasadena. A new armored vehicle is now parked permanently on Main Street. Here Now's Troy Turner explains.
3-man crew. From here back, it's mostly engine. There's a V6 Detroit diesel in it.
It has no motor, and the doors are welded shut. But the new Lynx, a Canadian Forces armored vehicle, is attracting attention in front of the Legion in Pasadena.
A lot of pride first when I seen it. I drove by and I saw it, and I was very happy to see it. But it made me feel a little old as well. So
Andy Ford was first introduced to the Lynx in 1982 when he was a young trooper in the Canadian Forces. He says he enjoyed his time with it.
We don't consider it a tank. It's just an armored vehicle, but it's a cozy vehicle. Not a lot of room, not a lot of comfort, but it was a quick vehicle. You get up to about 70 kilometers per hour in that thing, and it was just a fun thing to drive.
The Lynx is a reconnaissance vehicle that was used mainly for scouting in enemy territory. It's amphibious and weighs about 8 tons. It was used by the Canadian military up until 1993. This particular Lynx was previously on display at CFB Gagetown. It catches plenty of attention, but the Pasadena Legion says it also has meaning beyond that.
It's all about the remembrance thing and the symbolization of what it is to remember our war dead, and also our current serving veterans and current serving members. I mean, and to put Pasadena on the map as a community that is very dear to the sovereign of our country by remembering.
Well, the timing of the addition of this armored vehicle couldn't be any better as we head into Remembrance Day weekend. And the initiatives of the Pasadena Legion won't stop there. Next in line, they want to petition Town Council to rename one of the streets Veterans Way. Troy Turner, CBC News, Pasadena.
Well, too soon for Christmas crafts? My next guest doesn't think so. We'll have some details on what to expect this weekend from the craft fair coming up.
Old Man Winter took his first bite into the West Coast today. Corner Brook and the surrounding area was doused with snow. Visibility was reduced dramatically and conditions were treacherous at times. The RNC was called to a number of mishaps, including a collision between two vehicles at the foot of Massey Drive. Also, a compact car crashed into a convenience store on Humber Road. No injuries were reported. Snowblowers, shovels, and scoops also got their first test of winter. While most were complaining, some younger people took advantage of the new snowy playground. And if that snowy weather doesn't remind you that Christmas is practically around the corner, then this will. Ashley is live at the Jack Byrne Arena tonight. So Ashley, what's going on over there?
Yeah, lots of buzz down here for sure at the Jack Byrne Arena. You know, it's cold on the West Coast here. It's actually quite nice as far as those temperatures go. We're sitting at about 8 degrees. Want to take a look at those temperatures? 8 degrees here in St. John's. That's actually not even the high. We're going to reach our high in the next couple of hours, but you can see those temperatures, quite a temperature gradient between Gander and Badger, 7 and then 0 degrees. And we're going to hang on to these cooler temperatures on the West Coast, especially up through Labrador, for the next couple of days. So if we show you what the satellite and radar looks like, you can see that snow along the West Coast. That line is heading further and further east over the next couple of hours, and it's going to continue to do so as well. You can see some of that heavier rain moving towards the Avalon. And we do still have that snowfall warning in effect for Deer Lake, the interior, up through Green Bay, White Bay, and Grand Falls, Windsor. But again, anticipating that those snowfall warnings will end in the next couple of hours. You can see that on the future tracker. You're going to see that snow head further and further east as we start to see those temperature drops. So, you know, right now we're seeing that rain in eastern Newfoundland. That will likely change over to flurries by the early morning hours. The Avalon, you're more than likely going to stay in that rainy weather. Maybe the western portions of the Avalon will see some flurries by the time the early morning hours roll around. But temperatures, again, like I mentioned just a few minutes ago, they are going to climb for the Avalon up to about 12 degrees by tonight, but then by the early morning hours, that's your low. You'll be sitting around 0 degrees tomorrow morning. Those winds will pick up tonight, south, or stay quite gusty, somewhere between 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. Again, looking at that transition, but your temperatures really dropping. -3 for Gander. Lab City, quite cold tonight as well. Looking at flurries and -16 with those winds out of the northwest, gusting upwards of about 50 kilometers per hour. Now, tomorrow, we're going to see that wind and snow up through Labrador, especially coastal Labrador. That will eventually pull off. Those winds will ease. We should actually see that snow taper off as well. But along the West Coast, we get back into that onshore flow, which means we're looking at that risk of some snow. Could be heavy at times again through the day. See a little bit of a break in the afternoon, then another round will move in, and even portions of the southern island will see that risk of snow as well. So here's just a look at what some of the models are pointing at as far as snowfall goes. We could see upwards of another 10 to 15 centimeters of snow, especially in those higher elevations along the West Coast. And you can see that for coastal Labrador as well. This will push us through to Sunday morning. But again, those temperatures tomorrow are going to be significantly cooler, especially along eastern portions of the island. 1 degree for St. John's. Clarenville, 0 degrees. Again, should see a mix of sun and cloud, maybe a few cloudy periods in the mix. But we are looking at that snow moving right back in and staying cold for Corner Brook, Gross Mourne as well, sitting around -2, and then up through Labrador. Lab City, you're going to sit around -11 tomorrow afternoon, and with that and those strong winds, you're looking at wind chills feeling closer to about -18 or -19 through the day. So certainly, Old Man Winter has arrived.
He certainly has.
But the one thing, we're getting away, and it definitely feels like Christmas, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, so I am joined by Rowena House, and you might actually recognize her because we were chatting up in Labrador. We were talking about the Craft Council, actually.
Yes.
And so this is something I'm sure you've been waiting for all year?
All year we get ready for this fair. It's our 46th annual event, and we're looking forward to having a wonderful turnout today and for the next 3 days.
Okay, so I read somewhere that it's the longest running craft fair.
It is the longest running craft fair in all of the province.
Can you tell me a little bit about that and how it started?
Sure, it started back in 1973, and one of our original craftspeople are actually right behind us, Donna Clouston, and she's been to every single fair that we've been at.
Wow.
So it's a pretty amazing.
Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about people, you know, are going to come down here? What can they see or what will they find?
They're going to find everything from jewelry to textiles to clothing to St. Michael's is doing demos. We've got pottery, we've got cutting boards and all kinds of woodwork and so much wonderful product here, and even bean to bar chocolate is here as well.
Wow. Okay, so what's the process to getting into this? Like, how do you get into the craft fair?
The craft fair is a juried event, so we've got 82 people this year, and they start pretty much right after this one's done. They kind of give them a week off, 2 weeks off, and then they start the process getting ready for the next fair. So they have to go through a process, and they have to get all of their work juried so that it remains at top quality.
Right. Okay. So you know, we did just talk about how it's craft or quality. I would assume that, you know, this is a pretty big event, which is why they keep wanting to come in and over and over every year, 46 years now.
Yeah.
So what kind of does this do for the economy?
Oh, the economy is, for this particular fair alone, last year we did the numbers and it came in to be just under 650,000 for the 4 days. And that is divided obviously between the different vendors. And actually the economy for the craft sector overall is somewhere around $36 to $40 million per year.
Wow.
So it's pretty a big investment for the not only our funders but also the vendors that you see here today.
Absolutely. So this is going on all weekend. Tomorrow they can come here from
10 to 6 tomorrow, and then 10 to 5 the next day. And we're here as well from 12 to 5 on Remembrance Day.
Okay, awesome. All right, well, we talked about how cool it's going to be, so maybe you want to come out and check it out tomorrow afternoon. Probably
yes,
a good idea.
Absolutely.
Great,
Carolyn?
thanks, Ashley. Time to start shifting into Christmas mode now.
Mm-hmm.
Still hard to talk about it. So there's nobody that can relate to safety on the roads until you have someone who dies.
A brother's loss, making our highways safer. A debate has one member of the House speaking from the heart.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Interesting development in politics today with the NDP and the Conservatives agreeing on something fairly important too, and it has to do with Gerry Byrne's conduct in the House of Commons. I'm joined now by Ches Crosby and Alison Coffin. Thank you. Mr. Crosby, start with you. What is your assessment of Mr. Byrne's performance and what needs to happen in your estimation?
Well, I think my assessment of Gerry Byrne is pretty much the same as Alison's. He's culminating his clownish behavior throughout the Salmon fiasco and die-off by attacking members of the opposing parties, both the NDP and in my caucus, in a very unreasonable way. He's coming unglued.
If he has any evidence, any information about poachers and poaching activity, which he seems to be endorsing, he should report it to the authorities. But then again, maybe this honourable member is not always on the side of the law himself. I don't know.
He needs to be isolated and put into quarantine. The way to do that is for Mr. Ball to put him out of cabinet.
All right, and Ms. Coffin, you agree with Mr. Crosby, although I guess for slightly different reasons?
Yes, slightly different reasons, absolutely. We have seen this coming for about 2 months now. Certainly Mr. Dinh, our fisheries critic, has had a lot of concern about the fish die-off, has tried to get answers on numerous occasions in a number of different ways, and we saw this in this past week. We saw harassment, we saw intimidation, and very unparliamentary behavior, and we are very concerned about that.
The Mi'kmaq of Maui-Pukik, they have said to me that climate change has a direct role in this, amongst other things, that they currently are investigating. Now, I take the words and the traditional knowledge of our Mi'kmaq very seriously. I would challenge this honourable member if he takes the role of Indigenous First Nations seriously when it comes to the management of our natural resources.
So according to Mr. Byrne, Mr. Dinh associates with people who make racist remarks and doesn't distance himself, and in your case, Mr. Crosby, Jim Lester is somehow a poacher. Yeah, what do you make of these allegations?
Well, they're way over the top and so outlandish that I'm sure few, if any, people in the public give them any credibility. And, you know, there was a VOCM, I hate to mention a competitor,
that's all right,
but question of the day in which 2/3 of the respondents said Gerry should resign. So I think that's the public sentiment out there. And in our two parties asking for him to do that, we're reflecting the public will.
Final question for you. We're in a minority situation. Of course, things are very delicate. If you're Premier Dwight Ball, you're looking at the two major parties, notwithstanding the independents. Is this kind of risky, asking for a minister to be tossed?
Yes.
I don't think so. Certainly, I think this is the minister bringing it on himself.
What I've constantly found from this honourable member, and it is a pattern of behaviour. A pattern of behaviour.
Ask the member to direct his comments towards the chair.
A pattern of behaviour of marginalization of Indigenous, and I will speak to that. I'll speak to that.
I don't think he's behaving well. I think he is not attending to his duties properly. He's not responding to the accountability that we are demanding. I do not think that this is irresponsible at all. I think this calls or suggests that we need better cooperation in government, and we're not seeing that.
Mr. Crosby?
Yeah, I think Alison and I would agree that our object right now is to help the government function, to do that collaboration that people want to see happen. But the government is making it difficult. And what's going to happen is the government is going to defeat itself eventually. It's not for us to defeat the government. It's just going to happen.
Okay. Thank you both very much. It's very novel seeing you both standing shoulder to shoulder, I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And here's what Gerry Byrne had to say about the NDP and Conservatives pushing for his resignation.
I could appreciate why the opposition parties may want me to resign, because I'd probably, if I was in opposition with them facing me as a minister, I'd want me to resign too, because that's the play of politics. You know, that's the thrust and jab of the floor of the House of Assembly. I'm very proud, very pleased that the Premier has given me his unconditional support. I make no apologies for calling out racism.
Well, keeping with politics, the province is proposing more amendments to the Highway Traffic Act, pushing for highway cameras to help catch speeding drivers and improve safety in school zones. During a debate in the House yesterday, things took an emotional turn when Tory MHA Paul Dinn said this topic hits very close to home.
My brother, Jim's brother, and that was about 10 years ago. That was on the last day of school. It was 27 degrees, blue skies, clear skies. He was riding home from down Torbay to school he taught at. And anyway, going home to meet with his sons, take him swimming, start the summer off. Well, and he ended up being driven into a flatbed. And hit here at the chest, breaking his neck. Still hard to talk about it. So there's nobody that can relate to safety on the roads until you have someone who dies from that. And I remember the call here at work, longest drive I took from here to the health science. And my brother and I, and my family, and our extended family, we watched my brother die. We had to make a decision to take him off life support. And that's because of an accident on the highway.
Welcome back to Here and Now. In international news, torrential rainfall has left parts of central and northern England under water. There were flash floods in some places when the equivalent of weeks of rain fell in a single day. Several rivers broke their banks due to sudden and intense downpours. A woman's body was found in floodwaters in the East Midlands region of the country. Multiple roads have been closed, and some rail operators have issued do not travel advice in some parts of South Yorkshire. Well, here at home, a judge has revoked bail for an RCMP official charged with breaking Canada's secrets laws. Cameron Ortiz is accused of disclosing secrets to an unknown recipient and planning to reveal more classified information to an unknown foreign entity. Ortiz was originally granted bail last month. He was ordered to report to the RCMP once a week. The Crown challenged his release, and today the judge ruled Ortiz should be taken back into custody while he awaits trial. And it's National Aboriginal Veterans Day, a day to honor the contributions of Indigenous soldiers who served in the Canadian military.
To share your knowledge with us.
Thank you for doing that.
You're welcome. Thank you.
A middle school in Winnipeg welcomed a veteran from Manitoba's Sioux Valley Dakota Nation. Wanbadi Wakita spoke to students about Indigenous military contributions. He spent 8 years in residential schools and joined the Canadian Army when he was 17. His uncles and father served in both World Wars and in the Korean conflict. Street lamps in Woodstock, New Brunswick are shedding light on some heroic faces from the past. For the first time, it's honoring its First Nations veterans. 70 banners line the streets of the downtown. CBC's Gary Moore has that story.
For years, Carol Pulchis has admired the banners that hang in Woodstock every November. But one picture has been missing. Her brothers, Robert Paul. That is, until this year.
I kept saying, it's time they were recognized.
Paul is one of 9 veterans from Woodstock First Nation being recognized. Until this year, members of the First Nation were never included on the banners that are put up leading into Remembrance Day. For Pulchis, seeing the black and white wartime photo of her brother is more than just recognition for him, it's recognition for her entire community.
We've had a whole lot of people from the First Nations enlisted in the Army, in the service, and it's time.
Randy Leonard started the banner project in Woodstock 7 years ago. Every year he adds more names and faces to the collection. This year there are 70 banners. He says it's long overdue to include his Indigenous neighbors.
And I think it's great to have First Nations people here. I'm building bridges, and I thought it was the right thing to do.
There are 9 Hulistagwiik being honored this year with a banner in Woodstock, and it's a big step between the two communities. Lisa Sapier worked with Leonard to recognize veterans from Woodstock First Nation.
That's the big word nowadays, is reconciliation. Well, this is the beginning of it between Woodstock First Nation and the town of Woodstock.
Now, if you'd like to see these banners for yourself, they're on display here in downtown Woodstock until a couple of days after Remembrance Day. Randy Leonard says they'll be put away until next year. And of course, next year he's looking to expand the project by even more banners and including more again from Woodstock First Nation. Gary Moore, CBC News, Woodstock.
Well, chances are some of you will be dining out this weekend, but is it becoming too much for your ears? This week, CBC's Marketplace dives into noisy restaurants, digging deeper into how noise pollution can be hazardous to your health by recording noise levels over 24 hours. And some of the results surprised a scientist. Magda Gabrielasi has that story.
Dinner is served, and it's a feast for the eyes at this Windsor, Ontario restaurant. But what this place does to your ears...
Yeah, it was too loud. Yeah, that I was screaming to talk to the rest of the table.
Even the owner thinks it's too loud, but it comes with the restaurant's modern design.
Just the sound bouncing off of everything. It's a real problem. This right now is a real problem, so I've got to do something about it.
We measured the noise levels using an app. During peak time, it lingered around 85 decibels. We asked Marketplace viewers about noise in restaurants. There were nearly 1,500 responses. 91% said restaurants are getting louder. 68% said they were bothered by noise more than price or service. and 63% left a restaurant because the volume was too much to handle. But it's not just your ears you should be worried about, says exposure scientist Rick Neitzel. He showed us how noise can affect your health with a simple experiment. First, without noise, he takes my blood pressure, 110/93, and my heart rate, 89. Then he played 30 seconds of noise at 90 decibels.
So here your blood pressure has now increased to 120/95 and your pulse has gone up from 89 to 96.
He says with noise, an average of more than 70 decibels a day could lead to hearing loss in the long term. But there's more.
We do know from an increasing body of evidence that noise is also linked to heart attacks, to hypertension, to cognitive and potentially mental health impacts. But when we talk about these cardiovascular impacts, hypertension and heart attacks, we're talking more down in the 45 to 55 decibel range as a 24-hour average.
We monitored my exposure over 24 hours. My average was nearly 78 decibels. The loudest part of my day was having dinner at a restaurant. Back at Nico Taverna, Politi has since addressed the noise issue. He installed sound-absorbing acoustic panels, turning down the volume by half. Magda Gabraselassie, CBC News, Windsor.
A Marketplace also asked viewers which restaurants were the noisiest in their city, and the ones with the most mentions were put to the test. To find out the full results, tune into Marketplace. That's 8:30 Island Time, or stream anytime on CBC Gem.
Program. First, we start with breaking news.
Temperatures are dropping into the minus single digits.
Time now to check in with our Carolyn Stokes.
It is just packed with people.
The company says it's picking up salmon.
Looks like an absolutely gorgeous afternoon.
All right, let's check back in with our Christmas correspondent. Ashley is at the Christmas craft fair at the Jack Byrne Arena right now. So Ashley, are you getting any shopping done down there?
Well, I've been looking around. Let me tell you, there is quite a few places that I am definitely going to check out at some point, if not tonight, certainly this weekend, especially with that forecast that, that I had for you a little bit earlier. It's going to be a chilly day tomorrow here on the Avalon, certainly looking at temperatures, you know, in the single digits and windy. So why not come check it out for sure. But let's take a look at what we're going to expect as we head through the next couple of days anyway, through the weekend. We are going to see that flurry activity across the west coast, and that will continue into tomorrow afternoon. Even some heavy at times along the west coast could pick up anywhere from 10 to about 15 centimeters of snow. Higher elevations may pick up a little bit more through the day, but we should actually see some clearing skies as we head towards Sunday. Maybe a few flurries along the coastal areas, but up through Labrador, that's when the next system rolls in. Going to bring in some warmer air with it, and that's because we start to see a little bit of a wind shift. So we're going to see those winds out of the south, but again, you're going to see that snow move in. And then by Monday, it starts to make its way to the Avalon, rather the island. So it does look like it will be a rainy afternoon if you are taking part in some of the Remembrance Day ceremonies. By the time it gets to the Avalon, it should be into the late afternoon. And then by the time the evening rolls around, we should actually see some clearing skies. So here's a look at what you can expect on Sunday. Those temperatures will bump up a little bit, back into the mid-single digits. 5 degrees for St. John's with some sunshine. 3 degrees for Corner Brook, so either flurries or showers through the day. That's the story really along the west coast. And then -2 for Happy Valley Goose Bay, hanging on to that chance of flurries. And Lab City, you're looking at -5 with some periods of snow. So heading into Monday, we will see that push of warm air, about 9 degrees. It looks like through the day, and then by Tuesday we dip right back down. But look at Wednesday, 12 degrees, so another push of warm air. We're certainly in that season now where we're starting to see that roller coaster temperatures, and with that we will see the rain move in again. Central Newfoundland, essentially the same, but by Tuesday, we're going to change back into that potential for some flurries and then double-digit temperatures again by the time Wednesday rolls around. For Western Newfoundland, you're looking at 7 degrees by Monday, 1 by Tuesday with that chance of flurries, but it should melt quite quickly heading into Wednesday, where you're looking at, again, those double-digit temperatures. Now up through Labrador, eastern Labrador anyway, you're looking at about -6 tomorrow, 1 degree, so back up above 0 by Monday. And then heading into Tuesday, looks like that sunshine shall return with your overnight lows dipping into the minus double digits. And then for western Labrador, pretty much the same thing as far as snow goes, but your temperatures are going to stay quite cold. Overnight, tomorrow night, you're looking at temperatures sitting around -22. So certainly looking at some colder air in the coming days, but definitely holding on to that snow. So, you know, I thought I would show you, since we saw a look at what the forecast is going to be this weekend, I thought I'd take you down to see a couple of areas, because you can see in behind me there's lots of activity happening right now and lots of different venues. And I mentioned a little bit earlier how pretty great these are as well. So I ran into George a little bit earlier. Walter, who is
George Kraft.
George Kraft, sorry, that's why I got that all mixed up. So can you tell me a little bit, how long have you been here?
Well, today?
No. How long have you been attending the craft festival?
I've been doing craft fairs for probably 12 to 14 years.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of fun. It's basically my retirement job.
And what do you offer here?
I'm a woodworker, so I do everything from, I tell people I made everything from knitting needles to furniture. So anything wood I work on. For the craft fairs, lots of cutting boards, wooden spoons, utensils, all kinds of things, just whatever I can think of.
So this is where I would get my charcuterie board if I needed
definitely.
it, which I'm certainly in the mix for. Yeah,
They're
check
over
those
here.
out. Perfect. Okay, well, thank you very much. Enjoy your Christmas shopping. Or
well.
Christmas.
Christmas fair thing,
That's
whatever.
right.
Yeah. We're here for the weekend. So.
Okay,
yep.
perfect. Definitely. Yeah, so this is just one of the many things that are happening here at the Jack Byrne Arena this weekend. So you should come check it out.
Looks like lots to see down there, Ashley. I'm having a hard time getting my head wrapped around the idea of Christmas shopping, but there we go. I guess it's coming.
You know what? It's not that far away.
2 weeks.
It's going to be here before we know it.
2 weeks, the Christmas parade, so.
Yeah, see? There you go.
There we go. Thanks so much, Ashley.
Thank you.
Well, they look like something from the future, but as you may have seen earlier in the week, driverless cars are suddenly here. Just a couple of weeks ago, Tesla released a software update that makes it possible for some Canadian owners to summon their cars remotely. The trouble is, there's already evidence the technology isn't road ready. Greg Rasmussen has more.
Want to bring it to me, I'm going to tap on the word summon. So there, it's going to start moving on its own.
In this mostly empty parking lot, Tesla owner Peter Levy shows how the feature is supposed to work.
And it's got a little bit more to come. It's pretty accurate.
Although it's working here, Levy and others say it's not ready for crowded parking lots bustling with other vehicles, stop signs, and pedestrians.
But at the moment, I would not trust it if I was to set it loose in a busy parking lot. I would be a complete nervous wreck.
This video caused a sensation earlier this week. A car driving by itself in a busy Richmond, BC parking lot, crossing yellow lines, confusing bystanders. One of many videos showing scrapes and near misses since the feature was introduced.
Stop, 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 stop.
Asked about self-driving Teslas, the Insurance Corporation of British Columbia stated, currently BC laws do not permit driverless vehicles on our roads. A vehicle being driven autonomously in a shopping mall parking lot is not allowed. Although driverless technology has been talked about for decades, little is being clarified or tested in court around many issues.
Right away, the BC government and probably governments across the world are going to be looking at legislating quickly to address this.
Making sure it's safe comes down to provincial and federal agencies, as well as the automobile manufacturers, all saying basically it's a work in progress. Back in the parking lot, Peter Levy says he's confident features like this are the future, but it will need some tweaking.
The Tesla offers it so that people can be beta testers. They can help to improve it over time.
So you're a guinea pig?
A guinea pig, absolutely a guinea pig, but we're willing guinea pigs because we want to see it succeed.
Transport Canada says the technology is being monitored and that whether you're actually sitting behind the wheel or pushing a button on your phone, you're still responsible for your car. Greg Rasmussen, CBC News, North Vancouver.
I'm Lacey. When I was 16, I contracted meningitis and septicemia.
We're checking back in with people whose lives have changed in an instant.
When I think about everything that happened, I almost feel like it happened to somebody else. So it was very, very confusing.
It was scary when they said the words meningitis.
And to see where they are today.
We have a little boy and we have another little boy on the way.
Lacey Pickett on the next segment of This Is My Story, coming up on Here and Now.
Time to find out who's celebrating. Happy 90th birthday to Harrison Downton of Gander. 90th birthday greetings to George Diamond of Change Islands. Louise White from Stephenville turned 92 on Tuesday. Happy birthday. Happy 97th birthday to Jabez Johnson of Little Catalina. Congratulations to Monica and Cyril Blackmore from Grand Falls, Windsor on their 60th wedding anniversary yesterday. Happy 55th wedding anniversary to Lloyd and Irene Ivany of Hickman's Harbor, now living in Arnold's Cove. Happy 60th anniversary to Melva and Reginald Hillier of Deer Lake. Happy 61st anniversary to Reg and Nettie Kendall of Morrisville. Ben Rousel celebrated his 90th birthday on Wednesday. Hope you had a great day. Happy birthday to Melita Short from Bonavista, who turned 91 on Monday. Happy birthday to Nora Brown, who's celebrating her 94th birthday. She lives in Port Basque. Happy birthday to Gerald Starks of Pools Island, who just turned 90 years old. Cecil Thorne's 90th birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday. And birthday greetings going out to James Bungay of Cornerbrook, who's also celebrating his 90th. Happy birthday to Daniel Kelly of Marystown. He turned 92 yesterday. Happy 59th anniversary to Ken and Louise Smith of Bishop's Cove. Happy 50th wedding anniversary to Fred and Margaret Martin of Victoria. Happy 50th anniversary also to Wally and Jean Medore in Cornerbrook. Floyd and Olga Shears from Rocky Harbor are celebrating their 66th wedding anniversary tomorrow. Happy anniversary to Calvin and Stella LeDrew of Twillingate. They're celebrating 55 years of marriage. Happy 69th anniversary yesterday to Howard and Josephine Parsons from Lumsden. Happy 50th wedding anniversary to Neville and Marie Lockyer of Mount Pearl. Happy 59th anniversary to Harvey and Shirley Osmond from Upper Ferry. Congratulations to Arthur and Ivy Bath of Lassie. They're celebrating their 56th anniversary. Happy 55th wedding anniversary to Lloyd and Mary Ellen Glover of Wareham. Happy anniversary to Cyril and Jane Peach, who are celebrating 60 years of marriage. Happy 53rd wedding anniversary to Bill and Marion Whalen of Belle Island. Happy 57th anniversary to Hildred and Bill Dooley in St. John's. 53rd anniversary greetings going out to Hal and Marie Anthony from Fogo Island. Happy 50th anniversary to Joseph and Philomena Fry of Labrador City, now living in Kelligrews. Happy 58th anniversary to Gerald and Mary Horlick of Mount Pearl. Wishing a very happy 90th birthday this Sunday to Annie Cando. Carl Whiteway of Placentia will be celebrating his 90th birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday. And happy 99th birthday today to Nina Hull of Twillingate, now living in Kelligrews. Another fine crowd. Congratulations to everyone who's celebrating. Well, we all need to find ways to keep our jobs interesting, especially on a Friday, and one Ontario man does it in style. This is video from our colleagues at CBC in London, Ontario. A construction worker right outside the station, keeping himself active during some downtime with his shovel. He's pretty good, my goodness. He definitely has a handle on this routine. It's very impressive. Looks like pretty good exercise, too. Well, thanks so much for joining us, everyone. A reminder that Monday is Remembrance Day, and we will be on air Monday evening, so I hope you can join us then. Have a great weekend, everyone. Good night.